Hey everyone! Today we're talking about a dish that's super special to me, tourtière. This yummy pie is a Canadian favorite, especially in Quebec. Think flaky golden crust filled with warm, delicious stuff. It's total comfort food. Tourtière is more than just dinner. It's about family, traditions and celebrations. We love to eat it during the holidays, like Christmas and New Year's. But honestly, any time is tourtière time. This pie is meant for sharing. We sit together, tell stories, and enjoy every bite. It reminds us of where we come from and how much fun it is to eat good food with people we love. Ready to learn how to make this awesome dish? Let's do it! Every great recipe has a story, a tale woven through generations, filled with memories and flavors that transcend time. And tourtière is no different. This savory meat pie is a symbol of tradition and heritage, a dish that has been cherished for centuries. It goes way back to the first people who lived in Canada, the early settlers who braved the harsh winters and rugged landscapes. French settlers brought their love of pies to their new home, blending their culinary traditions with the ingredients they found in this new land. They adapted their recipes, using local ingredients like wild game, potatoes, and spices, creating a unique fusion of flavors that we now know as tourtière. The name tourtière comes from a special pot used a long time ago, a deep dish that was perfect for baking these hearty pies. Back then, ovens were rare. People had to be resourceful, using cast iron pots and open hearths to bake their meals. These cast iron pots, called tourtières, were essential in every kitchen, allowing families to bake their beloved pies even without modern conveniences. Over time, tourtière became a Canadian tradition, a dish that brought families together, especially during the cold winter months. Every family made their own special recipe, passing it down to their kids and grandkids, each generation adding their own twist to the classic dish. It shows how much we love history and hearty, comforting meals. Tourtière is more than just a pie. It's a connection to our past and a celebration of our heritage. Now that you know a bit about its history, let's see what makes this pie so tasty. From the rich, savory filling to the flaky golden crust, every bite of tourtière is a journey through time and tradition. Kitchen magic. First, let's cook the meat. This is the foundation of our dish, so it's important to get it right. Heat a big pan on medium heat and add your ground meat. Make sure the pan is hot enough so the meat sizzles as soon as it hits the surface. Break it up with a spoon and cook until it's brown. This should take about 5-7 minutes. Stir occasionally to ensure even cooking. While the meat cooks, chop your onions and garlic into small pieces. The finer you chop them, the better they will blend into the dish. When the meat is brown, add them to the pan. The onions and garlic will add a wonderful aroma and depth of flavor. Cook until they're soft and smell good, about 5 minutes. Now, for the spices. This is where the dish starts to get its unique character. Add your cinnamon and cloves. These spices will give the dish a warm, comforting flavor. Next, add allspice and nutmeg. These spices add a hint of sweetness and complexity. Mix well to cover the meat and veggies. Make sure every piece is coated with the spices for an even flavor. This is where the magic happens. The spices will start to release their oils and infuse the meat with their flavors. Lastly, add your diced potatoes. These will absorb all the flavors and add a hearty texture to the dish. Pour in enough water or broth to cover everything. This will help cook the potatoes and create a rich, flavorful sauce. Bring it to a boil, then lower the heat and simmer for about 30 minutes, or until the potatoes are soft. This slow cooking process will allow all the flavors to meld together. Your tourtière filling is ready for its crust. Spoon it into your prepared pie crust and get ready to bake a delicious, savory pie. Time for the crust. This is where the magic begins. The foundation of any great pie is its crust. And today, we're going to show you how to make it from scratch. If you're short on time, don't worry, we've got you covered with a quick alternative too. You can buy a pre-made crust if you're in a hurry. These are convenient and can save you a lot of time, especially if you're making multiple dishes or have a busy schedule. Just make sure to choose a high-quality brand for the best results. But for a real tourtière, try making your own. It's easy. There's something incredibly satisfying about creating your own crust. The texture, the flavor, and the sense of accomplishment are unmatched. Plus, you can control the ingredients and avoid any unnecessary additives. Mix flour, salt, and cold butter. These simple ingredients come together to form the base of your crust. The key here is to keep everything cold, especially the butter. This ensures a flaky, tender crust that will hold up well to the hearty filling. Use your fingers or a pastry blender to mix the butter into the flour until it looks like crumbs. This step is crucial. You want to work quickly to avoid melting the butter. The mixture should resemble coarse crumbs with some larger pieces of butter still visible. Slowly add ice water and mix until it forms a dough. Add the water a tablespoon at a time, mixing gently after each addition. The dough should come together but not be too wet. It should hold its shape when pressed but not be sticky. Divide the dough in half and roll out each piece on a lightly floured surface. This will be the top and bottom of your pie. Roll it out evenly, turning the dough as you go to ensure it doesn't stick to the surface. Aim for a thickness of about 1/8 inch. Put one piece in your pie plate. Gently lift the dough and place it into your pie plate, pressing it into the corners and up the sides. Be careful not to stretch the dough, as this can cause it to shrink during baking. Add your cooled filling, spreading it evenly. Make sure your filling is completely cooled before adding it to the crust. This helps prevent the crust from becoming soggy. Spread the filling out evenly to ensure every bite is packed with flavor. Now the fun part, the top crust. This is where you can get creative. You can make a lattice top, use cookie cutters to create shapes, or simply place the second piece of dough over the filling. Carefully put the other dough piece over the filling. Make sure it covers the filling completely. If you're using a solid top crust, trim the edges to leave about a 1-inch overhang. Pinch the edges to close the pie. You can use your fingers or a fork to crimp the edges. This seals the pie and gives it a decorative finish. Make sure the edges are well sealed to prevent any filling from leaking out during baking. Make small cuts in the top crust to let steam out while baking. These vents allow steam to escape, preventing the crust from becoming soggy and ensuring a crisp, golden finish. Your tourtière is almost ready for the oven. Preheat your oven to the recommended temperature and place your pie on a baking sheet to catch any drips. Bake until the crust is golden brown and the filling is bubbling. Enjoy the delicious aroma that fills your kitchen. Baking to golden perfection. Tips for a perfect crust. Heat your oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit, 190 degrees Celsius. Put your tourtière on a baking sheet to catch any spills. Bake for 45 to 50 minutes, or until the crust is golden brown and the filling is bubbly. To keep the crust from getting too dark, cover the edges with foil for the last 20 minutes. Once it's baked, let your tourtière cool for at least 15 minutes before cutting and serving. This lets the filling firm up. The amazing smell of spices will fill your kitchen. Get ready for some serious comfort food. Sharing the bounty, tourtière, and festive gatherings. Tourtière is best enjoyed with family and friends. It brings people together, starting conversations and making memories. During the holidays, tourtière is the star of our dinner table. We cut into the warm pie, the flaky crust revealing the delicious filling. Each bite is full of flavor and reminds us of special traditions. But tourtière isn't just for holidays. It's great any time of year. Serve it with a simple salad for a weeknight dinner, or bring it to a potluck and watch it disappear. No matter how you serve it, tourtière will be a new favorite. Variations on a theme. Exploring regional differences. Like any good recipe passed down through families, tourtière has different versions. In some parts of Quebec, it's made with wild game, like deer or rabbit. This gives the pie a unique flavor. Other versions add different veggies like carrots or celery. Some families add mashed potatoes on top of the meat before the top crust. No matter how you make it, tourtière celebrates Canadian food. It shows our history, different cultures, and our love for yummy, comforting food. So try new things and make it your own. A taste of home. Preserving traditions, one slice at a time, making tourtière is more than just following a recipe. It's about remembering our past, celebrating our heritage, and making new memories with loved ones. As you share this yummy pie, think about the people who came before you. Remember the stories, the laughter, and the traditions kept alive through food. So enjoy the warmth and joy of tourtière. Share it with your family and friends and keep the tradition going, because some of the best memories are made around the table with a delicious homemade meal and the people we care about most.